Hi, I'm Elowin. 3 months ago, I thought planning my engagement announcement would be the happiest moment of my life. I was so wrong. Mom, Dad, can everyone gather in the living room? Marcus and I have something to share, I called out, my heart racing with excitement. My fiancé Marcus squeezed my hand as we stood by the fireplace. My parents settled onto the couch, smiling curiously. My best friend Riley perched on the armrest. My sister Vanessa walked in last, scrolling through her phone. "What's this about?" Dad asked. Marcus grinned at me. "Should I do the honors or do you want to?" "Let's do it together," I said, holding up my left hand where a simple but elegant diamond ring sparkled. "We're engaged!" Mom gasped. "Oh my goodness, congratulations!" Dad clapped Marcus on the shoulder. "Welcome to the family, son," Riley squealed. "Finally, let me see that ring." Then I heard a sound that made my blood run cold, a guttural scream of rage. Vanessa launched herself at me, hands outstretched like claws. "You absolute witch! You stole my chance at happiness!" Marcus caught her mid-lunge. "Vanessa, what are you doing?" "Let me go. She knew. She knew I liked him first." Vanessa shrieked, thrashing against Marcus's grip. Dad grabbed Vanessa's other arm. "Vanessa Marie, calm down right now. Don't tell me to calm down. She stole Marcus from me. I saw him first at Riley's party 2 years ago." Riley stood up sharply. "Vanessa, you talked to Marcus for 5 minutes at that party, then ignored him the whole night." "I told Elowin I thought he was cute. I told her!" Vanessa's eyes were wild. Mom's voice shook. "That doesn't give you ownership of another human being. Marcus chose Elowin." "Because she manipulated him!" Vanessa locked eyes on me. "You've always done this! Always taken everything I wanted!" Marcus's jaw clenched. "I'm not a thing to be taken, Vanessa. You and I went on one coffee date that went nowhere." My mind reeled. "You went on a date with my sister?" "It was months before I met you properly," Marcus said quickly. "She asked me out after Riley's party. We got coffee. There was zero chemistry." Vanessa laughed bitterly. "Zero chemistry? You were playing hard to get. Then suddenly you're all over my sister." "Because we actually connected," I said. "Marcus, why didn't you tell me?" "Because it was literally one uncomfortable hour at Starbucks a year and a half before we started dating. I didn't think it mattered." Riley crossed her arms. "Vanessa, you've been dating Trevor for 6 months. Why do you even care?" "Trevor's boring. He doesn't have Marcus's career prospects. Marcus was supposed to be mine." Dad's face had gone from shocked to angry. "Vanessa, you need to apologize right now." "I won't apologize for telling the truth. She's a manipulative, conniving thief." "Sweetheart, please, let's talk about this calmly," Mom tried. "Don't sweetheart me. You always take her side. Perfect Elowin who can do no wrong." I felt tears stinging my eyes. "I didn't even remember you mentioning him. You talk about finding guys cute all the time, Vanessa. You knew and you did it anyway because you can't stand for me to have anything good." Marcus's voice turned cold. "That's enough. Elowin, maybe we should leave." "No," I said firmly. "This is my parents' house. She should leave." Vanessa stopped struggling and Marcus cautiously released her. She stood there breathing hard, staring at me with pure hatred. "You're going to regret this," she said quietly, venomously. "Both of you." "Is that a threat?" Riley asked sharply. Vanessa grabbed her purse. "It's a promise." She looked at our parents. "Choose her if you want, but don't expect me at the wedding." She slammed the door so hard a picture frame fell off the wall. Mom started crying quietly. "I'm so sorry," I whispered. Dad pulled me into a hug. "You have nothing to apologize for, sweetheart." But as Marcus wrapped his arms around both of us, I couldn't shake the cold feeling in my stomach. The look in Vanessa's eyes told me this wasn't over. 2 weeks later, strange things started happening. "Elowin, did you see this?" Riley burst into my apartment, holding her phone. "Vanessa's posting about you on social media." I took the phone, reading the post that made my stomach turn. "Some people will do anything for attention, even steal their own sister's boyfriend. Family means nothing to narcissists. #toxic family, #betrayed." "There's more," Riley said, scrolling. She's been commenting on your photos, Marcus's photos, making it sound like you two are terrible people. Marcus came out of the kitchen, frowning. What's going on? Your psycho future sister-in-law is running a smear campaign, Riley said bluntly. I showed him the posts. His face darkened. This is getting out of hand. My phone rang. Mom. Elowen, honey, have you talked to Vanessa? Mom's voice was strained. No, why? She's been calling me nonstop, saying awful things about you and Marcus. She told me you purposely seduced him just to hurt her. She's insisting we cancel the engagement party or she'll... Mom's voice broke. She'll expose some terrible secrets about you that don't even exist. Mom, you know that's not true. None of it. Of course I know that, but she's relentless. She called your Aunt Patricia, your cousin Mike, even Marcus's mother. She's telling everyone you're a manipulative liar. Marcus took the phone. Mrs. Chen, this is Marcus. Has Vanessa made any direct threats? She said if we don't make Elowen see reason and call off the engagement, she'll make sure neither of them are welcome in this family again. Mom sounded exhausted. Your father tried talking to her, but she hung up on him. I think we need to document all of this, Marcus said carefully. Every message, every call, every post. After we hung up, I collapsed on the couch. This is insane. Why is she doing this? Riley sat beside me. Because she's entitled and delusional. Always has been, if we're being honest. That's harsh, I said weakly. Is it? Remember high school when you made varsity soccer and she told everyone you slept with the coach? Or when you got that internship and she spread rumors you plagiarized your application essay? Riley ticked off on her fingers. Vanessa doesn't handle you succeeding at anything. Marcus sat on my other side. There's something I should tell you. Remember that coffee date I mentioned? Yeah? She spent most of it talking about you. How you always got more attention, better grades, more opportunities. I thought it was just normal sibling rivalry venting. Now I'm realizing it was more than that. She's jealous, Riley said simply. Pathologically jealous. My phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. Hope you're happy, homewrecker. Karma's coming. Marcus looked at it, his jaw tight. Screenshot that. We're documenting everything. Over the next few days, it escalated. Vanessa sent Marcus's workplace an anonymous email claiming he was harassing her. Marcus's boss called him in for a meeting. They cleared me immediately, Marcus told me that evening. But Vanessa doesn't care about truth. She just wants to cause damage. Dad called next. Elowen, I need you to listen carefully. Vanessa came by the house today. She was unstable. She demanded we choose between you two. What did you say? I told her we're not choosing, but that her behavior is unacceptable and she needs therapy. She threw a vase at the wall and screamed that she'd make sure you paid for ruining her life. Dad's voice was heavy. I'm worried about her, but I'm also worried about you. Did she threaten me specifically? She said, and I quote, Elowen thinks she's won, but she has no idea what I'm capable of. Then she left. Riley, who was listening on speakerphone, leaned forward. Mr. Chen, that sounds like a direct threat. I know. Your mother wants to call the police, but I'm not sure Vanessa has actually done anything illegal yet. Marcus spoke up. She's harassing us online, making false accusations to my employer, and now making vague threats. At minimum, we should have a record of this pattern. You're right, Dad agreed. I'll file a report tomorrow. I can't believe it's come to this. After hanging up, I felt numb. This is my sister, my actual sister. Riley squeezed my hand. Your sister who attacked you at your engagement announcement, who's now stalking and threatening you. That's who she is. We need to be proactive, Marcus said. Let's reach out to a lawyer tomorrow, just to understand our options. That night, I barely slept. The sister I'd grown up with, shared a room with, fought over toys and borrowed clothes with. How had it come to this? The answer came the next morning in the form of slashed tires on my car and a note on the windshield. This is just the beginning. Marcus called the police while I stood shaking, staring at my ruined car with slashed tires. We have video footage from the parking garage, the officer said. We'll review it and be in touch. 3 hours later, they called back. Miss Chen, we have footage showing your sister Vanessa slashing your tires. We'd like to bring her in for questioning. My parents arrived shortly after, both looking devastated. They're arresting her for criminal mischief and harassment, Mom said, crying. I never wanted this, I whispered. Dad pulled me close. None of this is your fault. 2 days later, Vanessa showed up at my apartment building after being released on bail. Marcus and I were heading out when we saw her in the lobby. Elowin, we need to talk, she called out. Marcus stepped in front of me. You're violating the restraining order. She's my sister. I just want to talk. Vanessa's eyes were red, mascara smudged. Riley appeared from behind us. Marcus, I'm calling the police. Wait, please, just give me 5 minutes. Vanessa held up her hands. Against Marcus's advice, I nodded. Fine, 5 minutes. Here, with witnesses. Vanessa took a shaky breath. I know I messed up, but you have to understand. I was in love with him. I saw him first. You mentioned he was cute once, 2 years ago. Then you started dating Trevor. Trevor was a backup. Marcus was supposed to wait for me. Marcus spoke coldly. Vanessa, I went on one date with you because I was being polite. There was never going to be anything between us. I'm in love with Elowin. You don't mean that. She poisoned you against me. I told him nothing, I said firmly, because I didn't remember that date existed until you attacked me. Vanessa's face crumpled. Okay, yes, I was wrong. I'm sorry. Can't we just move past this? Family forgives family, right? Move past it? My voice rose. You vandalized my property. You sent threatening messages. You tried to get Marcus fired. I was hurt. Don't I deserve some compassion? I'm your sister. And I was your sister when you attacked me, I said steadily. When you slashed my tires. When you spread lies about our entire family. Mom stepped forward. Vanessa, you need help. Professional help. I don't need help. Just break up with him. That's all you have to do. Choose me over him. Marcus's laugh was harsh. Break up with her fiancé because you're obsessed with someone you went on one date with? It's about her always winning, always being better. Vanessa was sobbing now. Can't she sacrifice one thing for me? Sacrifice my happiness? My future? I shook my head. No, absolutely not. Then you're dead to me. All of you. You made your choice when you broke the law, Dad said quietly. Vanessa looked around at all of us, her face contorting. Fine, let's see how you like it. She pulled out her phone, and before anyone could stop her, she shoved me hard. I stumbled backward into Marcus. Did you get that on video? She yelled at the security camera. She assaulted me! Riley was already on the phone. Police? Yes, we have someone violating a restraining order and assaulting someone. Vanessa's face went white. No, wait, I didn't mean... You didn't mean to assault Elowin on camera? Marcus said. Too late! The police arrived within minutes. Vanessa tried to run, but an officer caught her. She pushed me! You all saw it! Vanessa screamed as they handcuffed her. Ma'am, we have you on camera pushing the victim, the officer said. You're under arrest for assault and violation of a restraining order. As they led her away, Vanessa locked eyes with me. I hate you. I will always hate you. I watched them take her to the patrol car, feeling nothing but emptiness. It's over, Marcus said softly. But I knew it wasn't. Not yet. The trial took 3 months. Vanessa pleaded not guilty, claiming she was the victim, that I had manipulated everyone against her. Her lawyer tried to paint me as the aggressor. Isn't it true, Miss Chen, that you deliberately pursued Mr. Martinez knowing your sister had feelings for him? No, I said firmly from the witness stand. I didn't remember her mentioning him, and even if I had, having a crush doesn't give anyone ownership of another person. But family loyalty doesn't include allowing abuse, I cut in. My sister physically attacked me at my engagement announcement. She vandalized my property. She violated a restraining order and assaulted me again. That's not loyalty. That's criminal behavior. The security footage was damning. The jury saw Vanessa slashing my tires. They saw her shoving me in the lobby. They heard her threatening messages. Marcus testified about the email to his workplace. Riley testified about witnessing the initial attack. My parents, heartbroken, testified about Vanessa's escalating threats and unstable behavior. "Do you love your daughter?" Vanessa's lawyer asked Mom. "Both my daughters," Mom said, crying. "But love doesn't mean enabling destructive behavior. Vanessa needs help, and she needs to face consequences for what she's done." The verdict came back guilty on all charges: assault, criminal mischief, harassment, stalking, violation of a restraining order. The judge was stern. "Miss Vanessa Chen, your actions stemmed from an unhealthy obsession and complete disregard for your sister's well-being. You've shown no genuine remorse, only self-pity. I'm sentencing you to 18 months in county jail, followed by 3 years of probation, mandatory psychiatric treatment, and a permanent restraining order preventing contact with the victims." Vanessa's face went pale. "No, you can't. You did this to yourself," the judge said. As they led her away, Vanessa turned to me one last time. "Please, Elowen, tell them you forgive me. Tell them to reduce the sentence. Please, I'm your sister." I looked at her, feeling nothing but sadness. I can't forgive someone who isn't truly sorry. You're not sorry for what you did. You're sorry you got caught. That's not true. I am sorry. Please. Goodbye, Vanessa, I said quietly. She screamed as they took her away, but I didn't look back. Afterward, Marcus, Riley, and my parents met me outside the courthouse. "How do you feel?" Riley asked gently. "Relieved, sad, free." I leaned against Marcus. "Is that weird?" "Not at all," Dad said, pulling both me and Mom into a hug. "You stood up for yourself. That takes courage." Mom wiped her eyes. "I keep wondering where we went wrong with her." "You didn't," I said firmly. "She made her own choices. Bad choices that hurt people. That's on her, not you." Marcus squeezed my hand. "So, about that wedding, still want to marry me despite the chaos?" I laughed through my tears. "More than ever." Riley grinned. "Good, because I already picked out my maid of honor dress." We got married 4 months later in a small ceremony by the beach. It was beautiful and peaceful, surrounded only by people who genuinely loved us. Sometimes I think about Vanessa. Wonder if she's getting the help she needs. Wonder if she'll ever understand that her jealousy destroyed our relationship, not my happiness. But mostly, I focus on building my life with Marcus, strengthening bonds with people who matter, and learning that sometimes protecting yourself means walking away from toxic people, even if they're family. Because at the end of the day, I chose my own happiness. And I'd make that choice again every single time. Have you ever had to cut ties with a toxic family member? How did you handle it? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more real-life stories about overcoming family betrayal and toxic relationships.